Kelly, candles.
That's right.
St. Mark's Episcopal Church Singapore. Would you do our invocation, please? Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Is that a microphone?
Yes.
Oh. Thank you. So honored to be here. We'll begin with prayer. Heavenly Father, gracious God, giver of life and love and all that is good, we give you thanks for the glory of this day. We ask your blessings on this beautiful Gulf Coast, abundant with your natural creation we call our home. On this February morning, as these leaders gather, we ask that you bless their hands, hearts, and spirits as they continue to do the work to which you have called them. Bestow upon them the spirit of courage and wisdom, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve our community. Fill them with your love of truth and righteousness in their calling, and help us always to rely on your strength, to accept our responsibilities with joy in serving you, so that our work honors your holy name. And finally, through this work and in our lives, fill us with the peace that can only come from you. For yours is the kingdom, O Lord, and you are exalted as head above all. All this we ask through our loving Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you. Supervisor Powers, do you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Brittany, will you get Robbie to come read the Okay, we have a hearing. We have a hearing to receive comments on the tax increment financing plan in connection with the redevelopment of the former Broadwater Hotel Marina and Golf Course property located in Biloxi. Is there anyone here who wishes to address that project? I'm not sure what to do after this.
Is it you asked for the left side and the right side?
Yeah, well,
Is there anything you asked about 3 times?
okay, anybody here to make comments on the TIP plan for the Broadwater? Going once, going twice, okay. In that case, I'll ask for a resolution of the Board of Supervisors, Harrison County, Mississippi, approving the adoption and implementation of the TIF plan for the Broadwater redevelopment project. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. Item 3, order accepting the resignation of Mr. Jimmy Estes, member of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Board of Trustees representing Supervisor Voting District 2. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Sorry.
Any discussion?
Just said appreciate the work he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, I
Is he
came
here?
on board and I've been on board for over 20 years. So appreciate the work he's doing.
Is he here?
Yes.
So let's vote on this order. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed, motion carried. Number 4, resolution of the Harrison County Board of Supervisors expressing its appreciation to Jimmy Estes for his service as a member of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Board of Trustees. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion, would you like to?
I would just like to ask you to come forward. We have a thank you, a resolution by Harrison County Board of Supervisors. For more than 20 years, and a lot of people don't realize this is a strictly volunteer job, and you've done it so well, and we appreciate it, and you're retiring now to enjoy life, I hear, and to travel somewhat. So I'd like to read this out to you. I won't get too close to you, but a resolution of the Harrison County Board of Supervisors expressing its appreciation to Jimmy Estes for his service as a member of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Board of Trustees. Whereas Jimmy was appointed by the Harris County Board of Supervisors in 1997 in June to serve on the MGCCC College Board of Trustees. Whereas Jimmy Estes tirelessly served on the MGCCC Board with honor and distinction until December 31st, 2020. Whereas during that time, he, in the executive committee capacity of chairperson, first vice chairperson, second vice chairperson, and treasurer, as well as on several committees, including building, bylaws, financing, floating member, and presidential contract review. And it is fitting and appropriate that Harrison County and its citizens express their deep gratitude to Jimmy Estes for his dedicated 23 years as a tenured member of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Board of Trustees. So thank you very much for your service. Congratulations.
I just want to thank this board for the support that y'all have given the community college. It's so important to further their great works, and I appreciate all the board does for the college. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Jim.
Item
He used to be
number,
our banker too.
Right.
yeah, I think I knew him back
He helped
then.
me. Only problem with him, he always wanted to be paid back.
He helped you, Ken?
Yeah, he helped me. He helped me out when I first got started about 20-some years ago. He looked out for me.
And I think I trained him at Hancock Bank,
You did?
pretty sure.
That was just
We
yesterday,
trained
right?
each other, yeah.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Have a great day.
Order appointing Galek Shipman to the Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College Board of Trustees, replacing Mr. Estes, representing Supervisors voting District 2 to fill the unexpired term ending June 30th, 2021. Do we have a motion?
Motion, sorry,
Do we have a
second.
second? Discussion, is she here?
She's not here today, she's out of town.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed, motion carries. Item 6, order taken off the table, item number 10 of the January 4th meeting, considering auto accident claim of Anne-Marie Boudreaux in the amount of $1,042.29. Do we have a motion?
Motion take off the table.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. All those opposed, motion carried. Consider auto accident claim of Anne-Marie Boudreaux in the amount of $1,042.29. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Discussion.
Okay, is Miss Boudreaux here?
No, ma'am.
Probably not. I think she's an elderly person, so I can tell the board about it. This was the board had county employees were bringing a ice machine across the I-110 bridge, and a couch fell out in front of them on the road. They swerved and missed the couch, and the ice machine was secure, but it came unsecured, fell out, and this lady hit it and damaged her car. Only so there's obviously negligence there in not getting it secured.
You
We
can be
recommend
allowed.
the county pay it. Huh?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second to pay the claim?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Item 8, consider auto damage claim of Christina Casanova in the amount of $99.95. Do we have a motion to consider?
Motion.
A second?
Second discussion, what's
What's the story on this
this
one?
one?
What other claim?
One with the side window broken.
Yes, the board has previously, I looked at the photographs, and it appears what happened is the county bush hogging and went across the driveway, and there was an area of gravel, and when he let the blade down, he scraped the ground and threw some rocks out. The board has previously allowed that type of claim in that circumstance. I think that was probably the county's responsibility in that instance.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm reading the handwritten report, and it says she was driving and hit a big pothole and it damaged her rims.
Oh,
So we
wrong
might
one,
be
then.
talking about
Amy Scott is the one, I think, that was in the driveway car.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, so Casanova.
I can't look at it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I read them all, but name escaped me. So Casanova is the one with the pothole.
Pothole.
Oh, okay.
All right.
On Canal
Is
Road.
she here?
She is here, I think she's out there.
Did our safety officer talk to her?
I did. Well, Tom was out there, so he got pictures and stuff of him, and I was, when Patty called me, Tom had called me and said he was out there. I was on my way out there, And he gets the pictures
I
and
can't
stuff.
understand a word you're
What,
saying.
take your mask
I'm
off there and
sorry.
come up to
I'm
the
sorry.
front.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
When Patty called me, Tom was out there. Tom Clifton.
Tom Clifford?
Uh-huh. He was out there, so he said he took pictures and talked with, her and the police officer. And, so then I went out there later on, I called District 4 to do the pothole, and, fix the pothole and stuff.
Was it
Was,
Mark?
was it reported prior to her hitting that hole to the road department? And did the road department have an opportunity to repair that pothole before she hit?
Not to my knowledge, it wasn't reported.
I think she's here.
Does she wanna come in?
Do you want to say something? Do you want to say what happened?
I was just on my way to work that morning, and I just hit a pothole. and
Was it marked or
went
anything?
higher. What's that?
Did you see it? Was it marked?
No, it
Did
was
it
dark.
say
It
there's
was
a
like 6 in the
pothole? Was there
morning.
anything, any signs out? Nothing?
No.
You have to know about it in order to put signs up. The problem-
That's why I asked if the road department was notified.
The county, the problem with potholes is they develop quickly when you have a lot of rain, and so the county's only responsible if it was on notice that there was a pothole and that adequate time had been allowed to repair the pothole. In other words, if there's a pothole and you can't get to it within a reasonable amount of time, you're not liable. But if you say that you found out about it and it was there a week, then you might be responsible. But in this case, I don't see any evidence the county was on notice of it. In addition, there's an issue of what we call overdriving your headlights. When you drive in the dark, you're supposed to drive at a speed that you can stop within the range of your vision. Based on the statement, she couldn't see it. We all do it, I'm not blaming her, but ultimately we're driving faster than we can stop when something comes in the range of our vision. And that's really when the pothole's right on the edge of the roadway, so it's not like it's in the middle of it. I do not recommend it. It's up to the board, but I do not recommend this.
I would suggest that the security officer or the county patrol, whoever investigates that, first thing they do is check with the road department to see if they were notified previous to that.
Tammy?
The road department was not aware of it.
So what's the board's pleasure? Okay, motion to deny or pay?
Motion to deny.
We have a motion to deny. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. All those opposed, motion carried. Item number 9, auto damage claim of Amy Scott in the amount of $192.89. Do we have a motion to consider?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
That's the one I think you referenced.
This is the one where the bush hog ran off,
Second.
went over the driveway. You can actually see in the pictures, and there was an area of gravel. When he dropped the blade down, hit the gravel, not grass. And the board has allowed those type of claims before, where the negligence would be dropping the blade into the gravel as opposed to the grass.
And Officer Wiggins, you worked this claim. What's your
Yes,
opinion?
ma'am, I did. Mr. Scott, Mr. Hill Scott, who's here today, is his property. The vehicle wasn't being driven, it was just parked in the driveway, and it actually belonged to his daughter. She wasn't even there at the time. Mr. Scott was working out back of his property on the well when it happened, and he didn't realize it had busted the window at the time, and then when he walked up and saw the busted window, he walked down to our road crew. In this particular case, we were using because the deep ditches on each side of the road, we were using a lawn arm, and it's a little harder for those operators to control the height of that, and they got into that. They weren't cutting the bushes back, they were actually cutting the grass, and it dropped down a little low on them, and they got into that dirt, which is, a little harder there. It's not like just driving a bush hog where it kind of stays with the level of the earth. They have to operate it up and down. It's a little tougher for the driver there.
So you recommend, you think the county?
Yes, ma'am.
has some liability? Okay, is there a motion to pay the claim?
Motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Item 10, consider auto damage claim of Tim Hill in the amount of $3,970.15. Do we have a motion to consider?
Based on what I read,
I didn't hear you.
listen, based on what I read in the backup, I would move unless somebody's investigated has something different.
Who investigated it?
Remember, I read everything that, county vehicles towed a trailer through a parking lot, and this car was parked, and then it turned a little sharp, the trailer caught the bumper of the vehicle that was parked. So it was clearly county liability.
So,
Second?
any further discussion?
Okay.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Is Dr. Moby Solange here by any chance?
See you outside.
Lisa, will you look
I
at
saw him
you?
outside, maybe so long.
Recognize Dr. Moby Solange, President and Executive Director of the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies. Welcome. Just state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Bobby Solangi. I'm the President and Director of the Institute for Marine Mammal Studies. I'm accompanied by Sami Ahmed, who's our Vice President. I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to be able to present, our concerns about a development that's going to be next door to us. We were recently informed that the property west of us is going to be sold. And so we wanted to express our concerns as to how it would impact us. First of all, I want to thank the Board of Supervisors for the foresight many years ago after Katrina to allow us to develop something in that property which was considered in the low wasteland. And it started as a very small concept. Today it's a $50 million project. It's supported by the federal government, by NOAA, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and so on and so forth. And now we will be getting accredited by Mississippi State University. It's now not only recognized in the United States, but worldwide. People from all over the place come to receive training. And so we are not against any development. We understand that, but we want prudent development. We want something that we have that would not only support us, but not restrict our growth. And so that's the purpose of my visit and concern. First of all, let me point out that particular property was already set aside. When they dug the canal and the industrial park was being developed, it was set aside as a mechanism so that the industrial park could use some other property for development. So that property cannot change unless the Board of Supervisors buy credits to mitigate it. So it's going to require two mitigations. One, by you guys, to make that property available to anybody. And mitigation credits can go up to $30,000 an acre. And so you may already have in your bank some credits from other projects or something, but that's the value. Then the developer who buys it, like when we bought our property, not bought, 100-year lease, whatever wetlands that are on it would have to be further mitigated. And I assume that there's about 7 or 8 acres of additional wetlands. So I think in the value of the property, the value of your credits that you purchase from somewhere else should be considered. Secondly, we have two major concerns. One is what is going to be done on that property. From what I read up here, it is a mixed use, residential and commercial. It's an industrial thing. I think we value that industry should be improved. I don't know how this would increase the industrial base of our county. And so if you put houses, it's a very small piece of property when you see that it's width. And we were told in 2017, we were working with the Senate to widen the road. That road was made for a small project. And once it became a big project, we used to have a dirt road. And then I would like to thank Connie and Dr. Ladner, but they helped us pave the road. We had the CBs come in, and that road is not part of us. It's something that is an easement for us to be able to access our property. But that thing has been eroding, it's right next to the bank, it is to service the bank. And so we had requested in 2017, and I'll provide that documentation, we met with the Development Commission to expand that road so that in 2018, when we first opened up, beyond my expectations, we got 120,000 visitors. Never expected that. No advertisement, no road signs, nothing. We try very hard to limit the number of people that come there. And secondly, you know, it's a year after that, in 2019, we had over 150,000 people. There is no facility, private facility, that brings in this many people, including the Ship Island Tour Boat, any museum that you can see that's present in Harrison County. So we are very, very thankful that you've allowed us to do that. It's a very successful operation, and we have a lot of interest in that. So the two things we need to have in writing, like you have a covenant in my lease that this property can only be for this purpose. Once a sale is made, that intent could change. Intents are very great, but if they're not in writing, it doesn't mean anything. So, and the second and the most important is that whoever develops that property should, and it's a quarter mile, we're not talking about this huge area, a quarter mile should be expanded as we agreed in 2017 with Harrison County Development Commission. And I know that different Senate staff have spoken with some of you to help us expand the road because of the dangers of erosion. And so we would like that to be a part of the deal where that road is expanded. Our access to our property is not impeded. There's a lot of other technical issues that need to be looked at before this sale is granted, especially the double mitigation. You know, you have purchased some 24 acres worth of credits